Idaho Matters podcast is brought to you by St. Luke's On-Demand Virtual Care, which allows patients to see a provider from their home using a computer or smartphone with on-demand care for common ailments such as a cough, sore throat, or a sinus issue. More information at stlukesonline.org. From the studios of Boise State Public Radio News, I'm Gemma Gaudette. This is Idaho Matters. Out of hundreds of global submissions, just 50 cities were selected as finalists in Bloomberg Philanthropies 2025 Mayors Challenge. And Boise is one of those finalists, joining a diverse group spanning from Budapest to Barcelona to Boston. The City of Trees is being recognized for its ambitious vision, using geothermal heating to address housing affordability and energy costs. So today, we're joined by Boise Mayor Lauren McLean and Aparna Ramanan, who leads the Mayor's Challenge for the Government Innovation Program at Bloomberg Philanthropies. We're going to talk more about how Boise is leading the way in innovation and community impact. I want to welcome both of you to the program.
Well, thanks so much for having us, Gemma.
Hi, Gemma. Thanks so much for having us.
Well, it is always a pleasure. Mayor, let me start off with you because I do want to say congratulations. Boise being one of 50 global cities, as I mentioned, to be selected as a finalist in this Mayor's Challenge is quite the honor. So what does this recognition mean for you, for your colleagues, for the city as a whole?
Well, thanks for having us today, Gemma. And while we're on radio, I hope that you can hear my voice. I'm just beaming because I am so proud of this designation and the work of the folks at the city of Boise that got us there. Being selected as one of these cities to advance to the final round gives us an opportunity, gives my team an opportunity to really hone in on how we can extend geothermal, use it in innovative ways to reduce costs for heating, with our long-term goal of hoping that we can use it to cool as well, but to further our goals of affordability, utility affordability, and affordable housing right here in Boise.
So before we get into Boise's actual proposal, Aparna, can you give us an overview of what the Mayor's Challenge is?
Yes, thank you, Gemma. The Bloomberg Philanthropies Mayors Challenge is a global competition to spur government innovation that improves lives in cities around the world. This edition, which is our 6th challenge, called on mayors to work with residents and local community to radically reimagine their most essential municipal services. So we're talking about public transportation, to waste management, to housing and shelter, to emergency response, and more. And this latest challenge really builds on more than 10 years of work that we've led at Bloomberg Philanthropies to discover, nurture, and drive innovation in cities. We're really excited about the ideas that we got this time around, including the one that Boise submitted.
So, Aparna, how many cities actually applied for the challenge? And where did they come from?
Yeah, we were so excited to get more than 630 applications from around the world. And really, these were cities from any part of the globe. As long as they had more than 100,000 residents, they were able to apply. And from there, we've selected 50 finalists that really represent the most creative, original, high impact ideas.
So, Mayor, tell us about Boise's proposal. Where did the idea to use geothermal heating in affordable housing originate from?
Well, Gemma, it originated from conversations we've had in community with people here at the City of Boise and our public works team, the overseers of our geothermal system and our climate teams, our affordable housing teams, and then folks that are delivering in public-private partnership affordable housing here in Boise. We've heard so many times that we need to continue doing what we're doing in focusing and having as our priority increasing affordability in our city. And we also know that Boiseans are so proud of, including myself, so proud of our geothermal system. And we see the geothermal system as having a great potential in helping us achieve our climate goals, and in the long run, providing affordable heat, as well as, if we can innovate in the future, cooling to save folks money. And so really, this was a result of us working on multiple different priorities all at the same time and then converging in one location in particular in the Les Street District as we look to implement a public-private partnership for housing with Boise State And we thought, you know what, we should look at whether or not we can bring this idea to reality right here in the Lust District as we move forward.
Well, I have to say, I think you're totally right that we're all of us Boiseans are very proud of our geothermal system, and I'm curious though about how you deliver a geothermal heating and hopefully cooling system through a city-run service. Like, how would that work, Mayor?
Sure. You know, the city of Boise has the largest geothermal system in the country and sixth largest in the world. So right now we're delivering clean heat to about 89 billion buildings downtown, and with quite a few on the wait list. And as you'll recall, we had a geothermal water right donation that gives us the potential to
Hmm.
grow even more. For this proposal, with the Mayor's Challenge, we're looking at how we, of course, prove out the concept first because we made it to this round. But then if we were to win, this would help us get the geothermal line, over to the Lust District, where there will be 300 new apartments that are affordable apartments. We're going to work to see how we reduce those energy bills with this project by delivering affordable, clean heat. And then we'll work to create a replicable framework that would allow us to provide geothermal heat to more affordable housing in the future.
So, Aparna, as a finalist, what does the city of Boise receive in order to keep moving this idea forward?
So the finalist phase will be over the next several months, and each finalist city receives $50,000 to prototype their idea, and to test and pilot and hone this idea, just as the mayor just explained. And they will be participating next month in the Bloomberg Philanthropies Ideas Camp, where again, they'll be testing the concept and getting feedback from world-class experts as well as peer cities. Cities will then bring home those insights and learnings and strategies to build out the best idea with the most possible impact for their residents and to finalize their proposal for the $1 million prize.
Aparna, what was it about the city of Boise's proposal that stood out to your group, your organization, who cuts this down to 50 finalists from more than 600 entrants?
Yeah, the 630 ideas that were submitted to us reflect some of the greatest public service challenges facing cities today. And notably, 1/3 of the applicants from US and Canada were devising solutions addressing housing and shelter. So what was
Mm.
interesting to us about Boise's idea is that it's really a solution around making housing more affordable, which is a critical issue that's being faced by so many cities around the country and globally. And to then combine that with the affordability of utility and taking advantage of the local geothermal system, that felt like a creative opportunity for us.
Mayor, I want to go back to something that you said, which is that we have the largest geothermal system in the country, the sixth in the world. Um, that is incredible to think about, which I think, people may be familiar with the geothermal system, may not understand just how big it is. So when you thought of this idea, was it almost like, well, let's use what we already have, right? I mean, that's part of trying to figure out affordability.
That's a great point, Gemma. It is a big part of figuring out affordability. What we like to say at the City of Boise is that there's nothing we can't do better, and that we've got to try anything that we can. And so, yes, we've got a geothermal system already, but there's some challenges to doing this. We need to figure out how we bill equitably for direct use geothermal like this. This will be the first time we try using it for multifamily development. And we saw this as a really exciting opportunity to take something that we have that we know works and use it for a very important goal that we have in public-private partnership housing that we also know works. So we're able to advance two goals at once, both affordability and meeting our clean energy and climate goals so that our community remains healthy and vibrant into the future.
So, Mayor, as Aparna mentioned, you get $50,000 plus you get this mentorship through the Bloomberg Ideas Camp. So, what's next for the development of this project as you move through this process?
Yeah, and my team at the City of Boise that's been part of this is so excited for this next step. because we've had this idea, we've believed that it's possible, but there's a lot of work to be done to really prove it out, to prepare to make it happen, and then ultimately bring it to scale for Boise. So being a finalist like this makes it possible with this $50,000 and the technical assistance to explore those challenges related to billing, because it's a new application for our utility. It'll let us look at how we really implement this to use for affordable housing. And then if we win, we can move forward with it. We'll learn through doing it how we bring the solution to scale for other affordable housing, public-private partnerships, and for longer-term utility affordability. At the end of the day, we want to be innovative. We want to take advantage of the resources and assets that we have as a city. We want to save residents money, and we want to deliver on our goals. And so this is a great opportunity to bring all that together with an excited team in partnership with a really fun challenge through Bloomberg Philanthropies.
And Mayor, what would you say? You just said, it excites your team. What excites you the most about this opportunity to really be a global leader in innovative, affordable housing as well as sustainable energy?
Well, to be honest, Gemma, what excites me the most, and again, I've got the big smile on my face, is that we can harness a clean heat system that we have right here and deliver for the people of Boise more affordably. And so, yeah, it's so exciting to be selected, and it's a huge honor to be selected in this global competition. But I'm focused on Boise and the people of Boise and what we can do with this when we are able to implement this and really cherish the opportunity. So excited to see what's ahead.
And Aparna, before we go, when do we find out who wins this year's challenge, and what does the city that wins, what do they receive?
In January of next year, Gemma, the 25 city halls with the most promising ideas will each be awarded $1 million and operational assistance to bring their proposals to life. And the bit that we're really excited about is that future Mayor's Challenge winning ideas and other locally led solutions that we support have the potential to scale in their cities locally, as the mayor explained, but also that they can serve as models and catalysts for how governments will solve problems across the globe.
Well, I have to say, this is such an exciting time and an exciting honor. I want to thank both of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to talk with us. We've been speaking with Boise Mayor Lauren McLean and Aparna Ramanan, who leads Bloomberg Philanthropies Mayor Challenge. We've been talking about how Boise's innovation earned the city a finalist spot in the International Mayor's Challenge. This is the Idaho Matters podcast. I'm Gemma Gaudet.
These days, there's so much news, it can be hard to keep up with what it all means for you, your family, and your community. The Consider This podcast from NPR features our award-winning journalism. 6 days a week, we bring you a deep dive on a news story and provide the context and analysis that helps you make sense of the news. We get behind the headlines. We get to the truth. Listen to the Consider This podcast from NPR.